Eat your greens, as my mum used to say. And you know what? She is right, because leafy greens are loaded with goodness, and growing them yourself is a surefire way to have them at hand whenever you want them. Hi, I'm Ben, and if you want to boost your health with lovely, luscious leafy greens, you're in the right place, because together we're going to explore 5 of the very best. First up is my personal favourite, chard. Chard is a really hard-working vegetable, giving up repeated cuts throughout the growing season. Plants do tend to run to seed or bolt in response to extremely hot weather, and also as a reaction to a cold snap soon after planting. While bolting won't make the leaves inedible, it does mean there's less to pick. For this reason, it's worth planting chard after your last frost, keeping plants well watered in hot weather, and even setting up some shade in extreme heat. Now this lot have already started to bolt, you can see them here, but I'm still harvesting it while I can. In the meantime, I'm going to be planting out this lot here into a fresh piece of ground that will have some compost added, and then they'll grow away to give their cuts of fresh leaves throughout the autumn, and then a few during the winter and on into next spring. Beets or beetroot are very closely related to chard, and for that reason the leaves make good eating too. They have a very mild taste, much like spinach, and can be used in a similar way. They're also packed full of goodness. They've even got compounds that have been shown to up the level of serotonin, which is the body's natural mood lifter. Fry them, steam them, or even blitz them up in a smoothie with lots of other greens to make a happy, healthy drink. Spinach really is a super summer green. Very versatile, quick growing, and surprisingly hardy. Late summer is actually the perfect time to sow it. It'll give a few leaves this autumn and then sit out the winter to give more leaves the following spring. Sow the seeds thinly in rows about 8 inches or 20 centimetres apart. Protect spinach from the worst of the winter cold, or if winters are severe in your neck of the world, delay sowing until the end of winter, sowing them into plug trays indoors, and then plant them out once it's warmed up a bit in spring. Pick individual leaves regularly to keep them from bolting and to, of course, prolong the harvesting period. All hail the kale! This nutrient-dense leafy green is the real hero of the winter months, offering up its crinkled leaves throughout, stopping only for the very coldest months. This lot are ready to plant, and I'm going to set them about 1.5 feet or 45 centimetres apart in both directions. Kale is an ideal follow-on crop. This lot are going in hot on the heels of some lettuces and beets or beetroot. I've helped the soil along by just adding about 1 centimetre or 1/2 inch depth of well-rotted manure, and that'll sort of rot down and feed them and give them the good start that they need. Now I have noticed a few cabbage and kale munching white butterflies around, so what I'll do is, once they're planted, is I'll add this insect mesh over the top, supported on a frame to keep them all safe until the coast is clear later in the autumn. It has to be said, there's no more handsome leafy green than kale, and its good looks are matched by taste. I love it lightly fried off with a pinch of salt, or dehydrated to make kale crisps. Pick the leaves individually as soon as the plants reach a usable size, say 1 foot or 2 tall. I love the Cavolo Nero or Black Tuscan style of kale, but there are plenty of other frilled or wavy-leaved kales to try, so don't be shy to pick and mix. Collards, spring greens, or any looser-leaved variety of cabbage is a quick and easy option for those who can't be doing with the hassle of heading types of cabbage. Just like kale, they're loaded with nutritious goodness. Collards and spring greens love a moist, fertile soil that's well drained. Late summer's a good time to sow them, ready for planting out a month later. Spring greens are often found for sale in garden centres, which is great if you just want a couple of rows to liven up springtime dinner times. The ones I'm planting here are following on from an earlier crop of peas, but first to amend the soil, and for that I'm just using half a barrow load of well-rotted manure, which I'm going to rake out to about a centimetre or ½ inch deep. And to plant, I'll simply set plants about 12 to 18 inches, that's 30 to 45 centimetres apart within the rows, setting the next row a further 18 inches or 45 centimetres distant. There might be a few leaves to pick before winter, but if not, they'll sit tight while I sit patiently till spring. Our final leafy green is turnip greens, which are basically the foliage, the leafy tops of turnip roots. If you've never tried them before, let me convince you. They're super fast, ready in as little as a month from sowing. They have a mild, almost buttery taste, and they respond really well to sowing in late summer or autumn. They'll need consistent moisture in dry weather to keep them coming along. Then, once they're ready to pick the leaves sparingly to keep plants producing more fresh, tender growth. The leaves are actually better after a few cold nights, which actually helps to make the taste a little sweeter. There are plenty of other leafy greens, of course, so if I haven't mentioned your favourite, tell us all about it in the comments below. Cheers for watching, check you're fully subbed and notified for all our upcoming videos, and if you can't get enough of luscious leafy greens, and who can blame you, check out this playlist. I'll catch you next time.